I think it's 100% luck that I'm alive. It could be something else. It could have been, I have a hole in my chest right here. They don't know what happens to it. It heals up now, but then there was a hole in my chest. And the doctors were telling me that could have gone through my heart. You know, when I first came to the United States, the culture was so different, and it's a culture shock, right? Take, for example, like when we talk about, like, in the US, it's big, body shaming is big, yeah. Where I come from, no. Like, people will laugh at my leg, and we're gonna laugh together. They will be like, you're now a one-legged man, whatever, and I'm gonna laugh about it like, all right, I'm now one-legged, like, whatever. You know, and we're gonna laugh and drink beer together, and we joke about it over beer, and nobody ever get mad. You can't do that here. But when I first got here, I would just joke about anything. Like, dude, why are you looking at me like that? I don't know that I'm not supposed to say that because that's not because of where I come from. I've been fortunate enough to have worked with like nice people, and they call me and be like, we don't say that here. Like, but I've learned, I've matured, I've learned the culture. It's been 9 years or whatever now. So I know what to say and what not to say. They tell you, they say, oh no, we don't want that.
So tell
I'm a city boy. I was born in Ibadan, in Nigeria. It's a city of 8 million people. I watch a lot of soccer. I'm a big soccer head. I play soccer video games. Oh, I'm big Arsenal fan.
Okay, I'll see you later.
It's in my blood.
You have to have some fans.
Yeah.
I'm a Man U fan.
Okay. I feel bad for you, man, but that's okay. No, I'm a big political head too, so I pay a lot of attention to politics. I love to engage in political talks, and I try to get out and, you know, do a little bit of running, walking out, and I want to get into cross-country ski this winter. Yeah, I'm a project manager with the city of Minneapolis Public Works. I'm part of a team called Transport Maintenance and Repair. When they're designing new roads now, if it's repair or new construction, my own part of it is to suggest what we want it to look like in the future. It was back in Nigeria 14 years ago. You know, I used to play professional ping pong. I was going to go for a competition. This competition is supposed to be an Olympic qualifier. I had a routine that I would just wake up in the morning, get out on the street and run 1-2 hours, come back home. So one morning I'd woken up at like 4:50 a.m. and I left home at like 5 a.m. and I was already out like 8 miles. And, you know, on my way back home, somebody was coming from a club, drunk, early in the morning. It was a Friday morning, and just ran me over from the back. Hit me from the back, dragged me into a gutter, you know, literally drove over me, and the sound was the last thing that I know. I was in the ICU for a long time. The last thing I just remember was, like, I told myself I didn't pray. That was the last thing I remember, because I heard the sound and I was like, and I told myself, like, I didn't pray. Like, I felt like if I had prayed, this wouldn't happen. Even though I've never been a religious person, but I've always been like, oh yeah, like there's spiritual powers. Like, if you pray to something, there's a chance you're gonna survive some stuff, or you can have some good luck or something, you know. So that's all I remember. But I didn't know anything again until like the day 12 or something. So I woke up and I was like, what are we doing here? Because I saw my friends and my family, and I was asking them, what are we doing here? I thought I slept. I thought I just napped. Like, it took me time before I remember what happened. Because they said, you've been here for 12 days, and I was like, no, I only napped for 3 minutes. Just a lot of injuries, because, you know, a lot. You know, you can see marks all over my body. This is all from there. My neck was broken. I have back injuries, like my lower spine. I have multiple injuries. But it took me like 30 minutes after I started talking before I knew that I can't move my body. But I was moving my hands. I just can't get up from the bed So it wasn't just my leg, it was my neck, my back. I have like an opening on my head. I think it's 100% luck that I'm alive. It could be something else. It could have been, I have a hole in my chest right here. They don't know what happens to it. It heals up now, but then there was a hole in my chest. And the doctors were telling me that could have gone through my heart. Because whatever punched my chest would have gone through my heart. Or they said it could have gone through your eyes. Like, they don't know I don't know what punched me because I don't know what happened. I just heard. But whatever punched my chest could have do something more, but I was lucky enough that I didn't do more than just punch. I'm grateful for every moment now. Like, it just makes me appreciate everything more. Yeah, in Nigeria, I got a prosthetic device. It was so funny. It was like a World War I era. It's not a device. It's just a pipe expanded, and you tie it around your waist with a belt. It's not bending like this or anything. It's just inches, 2 inches on the side, and that's it. It was funny. It was hard to work with. It's very hurtful, but that's all I have, and that's what I used up until I came to the United States. And when Brenda saw it, it's like, wow. I worked with it for about 5 years. Just a basic pipe.
That device to this incredible device that you're wearing.
It was like a dream, honestly. It was so different. I will have body pains and aches every day. I didn't know it's coming from that leg that I was wearing. I never know. I just thought that, I got in an accident that fucked up my body and that's who I am right now, whatever. But when I changed the leg, everything just went away. It just changes, the way my body moved, the way everything. And then when I say I graduated to this, so that's the word I use, because this is, this is step above what I was using before. This is just, this is just a machine. This thing is just a supercomputer. To me, Limb Lab is everything. Limb Lab is everything. I cannot tell you enough. They listen to me. Limb Lab, I told everybody, this is the best place. If you have a mobility issue, Limb Lab is just the best place to go. Just because they listen to you. These practitioners here, they're not gonna, they don't write you off, no. They treat you like a person. They respect you. They listen. It's not just here, like when I don't deal with doctors that doesn't listen to me. I talk to Brandon. Brandon knows what I want. I want to be active. I want to walk 4 or 5 miles every day. It's your job to get me there. I don't have a problem walking as much as I could, running. I want it, but that's your job to get me there. Get me a socket that's not gonna hurt me. I don't wanna bleed. A socket that's not gonna be falling away. Get me a leg that's their job, right? When I see other amputees and other people still struggling, I look at them like, just go to Limb Lab. Just go to Limb Lab. They will help you. Just tell them what you want. You don't have to live like this. We already have a disability. I don't want to struggle on top of it. With my disability, my practitioner they have to help me. If you don't have the capacity let me go somewhere else. Limb Lab, they've demonstrated it every time. They have the know-how. Even the job that I have right now, I wouldn't have this job if I was still using the leg that I was using. They're not gonna hire me. There's no way. Like when I got in the accident, I was looking for ways to continue to be independent. I want to still because I was living alone at that time. So I still want to do everything by myself. I still want to continue living alone, be able to get my groceries, be able to jump in the shower and get shower, And where I was living, we don't have running water. So like I have to get water in a bucket and bring it to my bathroom. But I figured out how to do it because I want to continue doing it by myself. Like I don't want anybody helping me or people living with me just because they are helping me, So like I was figuring it out, but when I got this device, makes it even way more easier. You know, I was by myself. I bought a house just by myself, and I was, you know, just because I don't think I need anybody. Like, I'm good. Like, I could do everything by myself. Almost everything that I've ever done in life, I've attributed it to my sense of humor, you know, my communication skill. The jobs that I've had and the job that I have right now, and the people that I know, when I met Brandon Simpson the first time, you know, after like 5-10 minutes, he just loved me, you know, and he said it like, dude, I just like how you just, you know, so, and since then. But then if I need something, I will shoot him a text at 5 a.m. like, hey, dude, I remember the last conversation we had. I had called him the night before, he didn't respond, but he called me back at 6 a.m. either because of the kind of relationship we have, the trust, you know. When I approach people or appear in a place with a smile on my face, saying hi to everybody, hugging random people, has always paved the way for me. You know, I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful to everybody that I've come across, to Lindblad, the opportunity that the United States gave me. Dude, I worked really hard. I mean, I've only been in the States for how many years? 9. I worked so hard to get to where I am today. I throw myself out there when people think I can do something. I said I could do it, and I do it. When I came here, I was working at McDonald's. The goal was like, okay, I want to know how to speak. I want to know how to understand the accent. I want people to understand me. And then I left there, I started driving shuttle. And from driving shuttle, there's a friend that I have. He's an engineer, he's a civil engineer. So he's like, bro, like, you want to do engineering? I have a business degree. I don't have an engineering degree. And I'm like, yeah, my dad is an engineer, but I would never become an engineer because I don't want to go back to school and start new degree. Like, no. And plus, at that time, I don't have any money. Like, I was barely, you know, living. So he told me about a class that this class is paid for by a company and they are connected. If you do well, this company is actually going to hire you. They will hire 3 people in every class every year. They will have like 20, 25 people. So they will hire like the top 3 people. I looked around and I was like, okay, that's an option that can change my life right now. So I moved up here to Twin Cities and I started that class and I did it. And I happens to be one of the top 3 students in the class and they hired me. So I became the pipeline inspector for that company. It's called WSB Engineering. So they would send me out on job sites to Excel Energy or Centerpoint Energy or to like Century Energy they would send me to Texas, to Arkansas. So they were sending me all over the country, working on pipelines, and I love it. At that point, that was the most money I've ever made in my life. When they sent me to Centerpoint Energy, I was working with in-house inspectors. They just liked me. They tell me every time, like, we love the way you communicate. Like, dude, just come work for, like, so they were telling me, like, come work in-house. So at some point, their bosses called me like, hey, you don't have any problem. WSB is our contractor. We want you. And then I went back, I told my boss, and my boss was like, Afeez, that's an opportunity for you. Go there. I went from WSB to Centerpoint, and then from Centerpoint with the city of Minneapolis. When I went to Centerpoint changed my title to construction inspector. So I wasn't just a pipeline inspector at that time. I became a construction inspector. So, I was inspecting projects all over the city, and then I started meeting like city engineers, city project managers. And again, it's my communication. I connected with them. If I want to join the city, they were like, oh yeah, we would love to have you on the team. Went for the interview. Actually, I have 3 job offers. City of Minneapolis, City of St. Paul, City of Bloomington. I chose the least paid one just because I like the job better. I want to be a project manager. The title of those other jobs are different. So this is why I chose. It pays me the least, but that's what I want to do. What makes a good project manager is because everybody project manages in their daily life. You just don't know. Even you're moving from one apartment to another is project management. When you build your new house or you're buying a house, from saving money, from finding out where you want to live, how much it's going to cost, and all those are project management. So the best project managers will be very good at managing time, people, and resources. After 7 years, I went back to Nigeria, and that was a very great experience for me. Just looking at me, they know that I didn't just survive in America. I thrived. If you have a disability or you have a problem or whatever, don't let that stop you. Don't let it stop you. If you have a skill, your skill can bring you anywhere. You know, be truthful to yourself, stay hardworking, stay hungry. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve in life. Going back there, I don't know what I would have been or what my life would have looked like if I stayed back there. Just think about this. There's no way I would have afforded this. We don't have an insurance system in Nigeria that will pay for this. No way. And there's no way I would have afforded this. These literally changed my life. When I met my mom, just the way I walk, it's obvious. Because the leg that I was using when I came here, I have to support with the hand. So I have to drag it a little bit. So this is literally how I walk. But now that I can walk without dragging my leg, that I can hug people and I can run around and I can turn around and I can sit and I can get up without finding support, it's big. It's big. Honestly, when I got back there, that's what most people see. Because they know what I look like, the way I walk, when I was leaving. That's what they saw, and they were like, wow. For me too, it was a very big experience, meeting friends and family again. They were all asking me stories about how does this come about? What is the difference? How do you feel? What can you do with this? What can you, believe in yourself. Don't lose hope. A body part is not just that's not all who you are. You are more than that one body part that you lost. If you believe in yourself, trust yourself. You have to trust yourself first, because you need to know that as a disabled person, when people see you, no matter how much they love you or respect you, your disability is in front of them. If you don't trust yourself, you can't convince people to trust you. They're looking at a disabled person. You have to show them that I believe in myself, I think I can do this, and I will do it before they believe in you. Because they can see that you're disabled. But if you look down on yourself, well, you're opening the door for people to look down on you. Tell people that you believe in yourself, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. I told myself, when I left the hospital, I looked at myself and I told myself well, it's just one leg. Most of who I am is up here. I know who I am. I'm going to remain that person. In fact, I'm going to be better at what has worked for me. And that's what I've done every time. Show positivity everywhere I go. I bring in big smile, positive energy everywhere I go. It's paved the way. Just believe in yourself, whatever skill you have, brighten up your interpersonal skills. Whatever skill you have, sharpen it up. Believe in yourself. It's going to open doors for you.